Welcome to another episode, everyone. The day Long Beach Crips try forcing Snoop Doggy Dogg to check in. Is Snoop Doggy Dogg really a Long Beach Crip member? Is he respected in the streets of Los Angeles, California, and around the world and seen as a real gang member? Or is he being extorted and paying for protection? Well, they tried forcing him to check in, apparently.
In a lot of these new people's mind, they think Snoop put Long Beach on the map. No, he didn't. As far as this gangster and his gang banging, we been certified.
All you talking that about Snoop can't come to the hood, he can't do this. I can do whatever I like when I like. You is 50 years old. You can't get a job, cuz?
LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah. Because, everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do, check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid.
Right.
One of the wildest dramas in hip-hop that a lot of people might not know about is the beef between Snoop Dogg and the Long Beach Crips, his own gang, and it was pretty dramatic. Things got so tense that some Crips even started calling Snoop a fake Crip, questioning his street credibility.
What do you think about Snoop? Is he a Crip or blood?
He's supposed to be a Crip.
Why you say suppose? He's fake? He's not real?
You fake Snoop, you fake mother.
Word on the street is that the Long Beach Crips don't even—
That's bad when you got Grandpa laughing at you saying you a fake Crip. That's not a good start. That's not a good sign.
rock with him anymore, and they've supposedly gone as far as saying he's not welcome in the hood. Some even claim they've put him in the same category as other rappers, basically making him check in before stepping foot in certain areas, which is just a way of saying he'd need their approval or blessing. But of course, Snoop wasn't about to play by those rules.
You mad, cuz? You mad cuz I won't call you big homie? Cuz I'm 40-something years old and I refuse to call another big homie that ain't got a job, that ain't got a car.
So what exactly did Snoop do for his own gang to turn on him like this? Let's break it down. Snoop Dogg wasn't always about that gang life. Before all the street ties, he was just a regular kid, a good student, active in church, singing in the choir, and playing football. But as he got older, things started changing. The streets had a pull that was hard to resist, and despite his mom doing everything she could to keep him out of trouble, he got caught up in it.
As I got older, we strayed away from each other because I chose to get involved with gang banging and selling drugs. If I had a father figure, I wouldn't have been so easy to do it.
As a teenager, he started hanging around the Crips in Long Beach. At first, it wasn't about crime. It was about fitting in, being around the older guys, soaking up the energy. He wasn't necessarily looking for trouble. He was just fascinated by the lifestyle. I was just hanging out, infatuated, looking at the older guys and seeing what they were doing and wanting to be part of it, Snoop said in an interview with Howard Stern.
I was just hanging out, infatuated, looking at the older guys and seeing what they was doing and wanting to be a part of it, and they welcoming you in because you young. And then
in the beginning, it was all good. He was young and they let him be around, but that only lasted so long. Hanging out wasn't enough anymore. Now he had to show that he was really down.
And then as you get older, it's like, okay, well, you really want to be in the game, you got to do something now. Now you got to prove yourself, and it's not a game no more. It's not a joke no more. It's not just, hey, we hanging out. No, we need to do something.
At first, Snoop rolled with it, played his part, but then he started seeing what this life really meant. It wasn't just about being cool and having respect. It was violent, it was dangerous, and it could get you killed. That fear kept him alive. While some people jumped in head first, Snoop was always thinking, always calculating. He had been in situations where he could have shot back, where he could have taken things to another level, but he didn't.
No, I was always scared. I'm scared. That's why I believe I survived, because you have to either have fear or respect. And I didn't understand respect, so I feared everything. A lot of times I got shot at. A lot of times I had a gun in my possession and could have shot back, but I was too scared to shoot back because I was so concerned with my life. It's either fight or flight. And most of the time when you're out there, it's flight.
When Snoop Dogg was 17...
No, that's why you have to shoot back, because you're concerned for your life. What the hell you got the gun for then? If you're scared to shoot back, you shouldn't be a part of their life. You're not about their life. Now, I'm not suggesting that anyone be out there shooting at one another. Absolutely not. But if you're being shot at because you're gang banging, you're a part of that life, and you have a weapon on you, the whole point of having that weapon on you is to use it to protect yourself, to defend yourself. He said it was fight or flight, and most of the time he just decided to flight. No. What the hell? Yeah, Snoop, get out of the street, bro. Stop hooping and hollering about Long Beach and like you a Crip. Kill it.
He was still living at home with his mom like most teenagers, but things took a turn when she kicked him out. She wasn't happy with the gang and drug activity he was bringing into her house, and she didn't feel safe with the people constantly coming around. So, just like that, young Snoop found himself out on his own.
Started selling drugs out of my mama's house. She didn't know this. So before you know it, we outside one day and they come by and do a drive-by. My little brother outside.
She was not having it. You're not gonna be selling no dope in my house. Bringing all that motherfuckers shooting over here. Then she put him out. Oh yeah, she was no joke. Snoop was sleeping in a Camaro.
After getting kicked out, Snoop went through periods of homelessness, sometimes living out of his car. That worked for a while, until one unlucky day he parked in the wrong spot and his car got towed. Everything he had was inside. His clothes, his belongings, all gone in an instant. Meanwhile, his troubles with the law weren't letting up. After graduating from Long Beach Polytechnic High School in 1989, he was arrested for possession. For the next 3 years, he was in and out of jail, including a stint at Wayside Jail. But despite being deep in the gang lifestyle, Snoop always knew that wasn't the future he wanted. The problem was, walking away wasn't easy. Leaving the streets behind meant risking not only his own safety, but also his family's. He struggled with the decision, worried that turning his back on the gang life could make him a target. But Snoop was smart. He kept his head on a swivel and knew how to move. Plus, he had music. That was his...
He was never really a part of the gang life to turn his back on it. He came around really to the gang after the fact. But that's fine. You don't necessarily want this individual being a real member. As he said, his fear perhaps kept him alive, and being paranoid and observant keeps a lot of people alive in these situations in the ghetto. So I'm not making fun of the fact that he was able to get out of there and run and save his life. I'm just saying, if he had a weapon on him, there are other ways to take care of it, but he's still here to speak about it. But hey, bro, it's okay. You don't have to be a killer.
Escape.
I knew the end results to what I was doing was death or in jail.
Yeah.
But this other path I was choosing seemed like it had a bright ending at it, not a dark ending.
While juggling the chaos of the streets, Snoop stayed focused on his passion for rapping. Eventually, that paid off. He linked up with Death Row Records, and from there, his career took off. The gang life became a thing of the past as he rose to stardom, becoming one of the biggest names in hip-hop. He built a legacy, cemented himself as an icon, and left the drama behind. But here's where the problem started. The Long Beach Crips felt like Snoop wasn't doing anything for them. He kept repping and name-dropping the set, but they claimed he wasn't giving back. One specific incident that really rubbed them the wrong way was brought up by a Crip from Long Beach named Flossie. According to him, one of the homies had opened up a new restaurant in the hood, and it was quickly becoming a popular spot. Since Snoop had the platform and the influence, they reached out, hoping he could invest in the business, or at least promote it on his Instagram to help it gain even more traction.
My homeboy Kid had a little soul food restaurant, you know what I'm saying? And I was hanging around, and the homies was hanging up there. This was beginning to be the spot. So the homies was like, they was getting Snoop, wanted Snoop to invest in it, We don't want you to put no money up, nigga, put us out there.
But instead of supporting, Snoop reportedly brushed them off. Flossie claimed that Snoop acted like they were just looking for a handout, like they were always expecting him to give them money, when that wasn't the case at all.
I'm hearing all this sidebar chatter that Snoop, and I'm reading texts back and forth with Snoop to the homies, and he talking to homies like we peasants or something, like he gonna make the world think always depend on him for money.
Then came the rumors. Word started spreading that Snoop had been straight up banned from his old neighborhood. The story was that he pulled up to...
That's normally how it starts. I mean, some people still gonna look at that and say that you still wanted something from him. I mean, it's subjective. It really depends on the person. It's probably split down the middle. Some people are gonna say, well, Snoop is famous, rich, he's from this area, he's from Long Beach. You're claiming this hood. Anything that you do is a reflection on this hood. And so this hood just got a soul food place and they want you to promote it. Now, he at first said invest in it, but he said not financially, Flossie. But he said they wanted Snoop to, whatever, post it on his Instagram, give the place some notoriety, help get the place off of the ground by Snoop Dogg at the height of his fame, speaking about the soul food place. And probably feeling like, well, that's the least you can do, Snoop. You from the hood, you from Long Beach. We trying ourselves. We trying to get on our own feet. We're not asking you for money. We didn't ask you to buy the soul food place. We got this ourselves. We came together and made this happen. Clearly without his help at all, because he wouldn't even post it on Instagram. So clearly he didn't put a dime into it or none of this stuff. And they did this on there. They just saying, you're a celebrity, you're famous. Help, just post it on your Instagram. You post naked women on your Instagram on it. Just post this on your Instagram to help us get out there. And apparently he didn't do it. He didn't want to do it. Now some people, as I said, probably half of you all would say, oh, he cold-hearted for that, he cold-blooded. And the other half will probably say, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't owe them nothing. That's still them looking for him to do something for him or to do something for them. And that's what Snoop is talking about. Y'all grown, y'all do it yourself. Don't use me, don't use my celebrity. My celebrity is for me, whatever, perhaps my family, my money and my notoriety is not for you all. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it. And some people will probably say, well, yeah, he doesn't owe them anything. He doesn't have to do that. He didn't want to do it. He doesn't have to post it on his Instagram to help them out. And some are probably going to say the opposite.
Long Beach with 3 or 4 cars full of security. But instead of being welcomed, he was rejected. The gang wasn't showing him any love. And supposedly, they had made it clear that he wasn't one of them anymore. Naturally, this didn't sit right with Snoop. He wasn't about to let people spread stories like that without addressing it. In a video response, he shut down the rumors, saying none of that ever happened. According to him, it was just a bunch of bitter gang members trying to stir up drama because he was focusing on mentoring young talent instead of associating with them.
You is 50 years old. You can't get a job, cuz? You mad at me, cuz? Because I won't help you no more? Because I can't do nothing to help you no more? Because I'm focused on helping out the kids, but mad and jealous at me because of what I'm doing? Trying to blemish my name and my character?
A lot of people, especially those from Long Beach, had Snoop's back on this one. They argued that if it wasn't for Snoop, Long Beach wouldn't have the recognition it has today. To them, this whole situation just boiled down to jealousy.
Snoop had been away from the city, but at the same time, he also gave back in many ways. But you always gonna have haters when you popping. You don't have. I mean, if you don't have haters, you're not popping.
And he don't owe nobody. And he was doing for the youth. He been doing, his football league been around, but people don't look at it like.
His football league done got mothers happy and sons out the hood.
Snoop, he real for that because he grown himself. He had to work for what he got right now and all that, So for another man to say they ain't give him, it's not no handouts out here. We grown out here too. I'm not, all that, you feel me?
And it wasn't for him.
So any that say Snoop can't go back to the hood and all that, they're a lie, you feel me? Because Snoop got money.
And honestly, they had a point. Snoop has done more for Long Beach than most people realize. Back in 2005.
Yeah, and there you have it. That's what I was saying. So it depends on who you ask, Clearly, those individuals are from Long Beach, so, they have a different take or a personal take on it. And they feel like Snoop Dogg has affected them and affected their life and impacted their life in a positive way. That he has given back to the city of Long Beach, that he has given back to the youth, and that these individuals, are just hating essentially, and that Snoop Dogg doesn't owe these individuals anything. But perhaps not just talking about the individual who was asking for Snoop Dogg to post the soul food joint on his Instagram. Perhaps they're just saying in general, other individuals who have been asking Snoop for money, and for a handout in one way or another, either with a business or help me get on a record label, put me on your rap songs, I want to be a rapper, whatever. People just probably bombarding him and other celebrities, rich, famous celebrities, with all sort of requests and feeling like their wealth and their success belongs to them as well.
He founded the Snoop Youth Football League, SYFL, in Long Beach, giving kids a positive outlet through football and cheerleading. The league was about teaching discipline, teamwork, and keeping kids off the streets. He wanted to give them opportunities he never had growing up. And it didn't stop there. Snoop also co-founded the Snoop and Hausch Flag Football League run through NFL Flag, which is open to boys and girls from pre-K through 8th grade no matter their skill level. And let's not forget, Snoop's efforts have paid off in a big way. Just last year, he proudly claimed that his youth football league had helped develop over a dozen players who made it to the NFL. He's literally changing lives and giving back to his community in ways that go way beyond handing out money to gang members. So when people say Snoop hasn't done anything for Long Beach, that's a serious stretch. But here's the thing. Snoop isn't the only celebrity who's had to deal with gangs feeling entitled to a piece of their success. This kind of pressure isn't new in hip-hop, and plenty of other rappers and celebrities have had to put these gangs in their place, just like Snoop did. For instance, Waka Flocka Flame. Back in 2010, Waka was shooting a music video with Gucci Mane, just doing his thing, when suddenly this dude shows up on the set and starts yelling all sorts of crazy stuff at him.
What's happening? You're the same nigga that beat you down there, bro. What's happening? I'm here. What's happening? Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm not studying. I'm Gucci, you cool. We talking about dudes.
Now, Waka had apparently stepped on some toes because some locals weren't too thrilled about him being in their neighborhood. There's actually a video shot by worldstarhiphop.com where you can see this guy walking up to the video shoot just hurling insults at Waka Flocka. It turns out, these two had some beef in the past, and the guy wasn't happy about seeing Waka on his turf. If you watch the video, you'll notice the dudes rolling up on Waka are all rocking the Crips signature blue, making it pretty clear where their affiliations lie. Things got heated fast, and for a moment it looked like Waka and the guy were about to throw down right there on the set, but thankfully nothing major went down, and it didn't turn into a full-blown fight.
We got a joke inside you, bro. I don't want to hear that, nigga. I'm the one that beat you. I'm the one that beat you. Yeah, I'm the one that beat you.
Yeah, I remember when this happened, they was getting to it. That's Gucci Mane right there, I believe, right? That's Gucci right there. They were somewhere filming a video or something. They about to get it. They holding, everybody being held back. They holding Waka back. The women and other people are holding the other individual back. So apparently they can't get to one another, which is okay.
You know what? These go west side to the bullet. This is where I need it, buddy. We out here eating, bro. We out here eating, bro.
Yeah, that's
Still, after that whole incident, Waka wasn't bothered at all. He didn't even flinch. But that didn't stop those Crip guys. They kept coming after Waka, going off on him multiple times after that.
You got the black eye on there. You feel me? This the black eye I put on him. I put the black eye on him. You feel me? You see it? Waka Flocka, he's a bitch. You feel me? Waka Flocka. I don't pay for your but I tie it up, bitch. This what I do, ho. You don't get no respect in my hood, boy.
And then there was the time Spider Lock and some Crips members went after Lil Wayne's security. It all started when Lil Wayne was featured on Shawty Lo's Day No remix, and Lil Wayne apparently took a shot at the Crips.
Spider Low.
He had a lyric that said, Suwu gang, if you ain't with that, you from the food chain. Thinking about...
Not Spider Lock, Spider Low. And I just covered that the other day. That happened some time ago when looks like Spider Low and 40 Glock surrounded Lil Wayne's truck. Spider Low is here explaining on Camp Capone News why they had done that. But there you have it. He's getting into Spider Low and then Waka Flocka and what have you. There it is with Snoop Doggy Dogg. The individuals from Long Beach tried to get him to check in, apparently, or get him to help them out. We see Snoop responding himself saying, you know, you're a grown man, 50 years old. I won't call you big homie. I'm in my 40s and you're a grown man with no money and no car and you're mad at me because I'm now giving my money to the youth. I was looking out for y'all grown ass. But now I'll turn the corner and say, well, I'm going to help the youth out, give my money to the youth, to the up and coming. And as he said, Snoop is proud of the fact that 12 individuals, at least at that time, from his league, has went to the NFL, changed their lives, created generational wealth, were able to get businesses and employ people. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Some people are probably gonna say Snoop again doesn't owe anyone anything, and that he has done a lot for Long Beach, and he shouldn't have to give anyone any personal, gang members and even from his hood, where he's supposed to be from, which is 20s Crip. That he doesn't owe them anything. He's looking out for everyone in Long Beach. He's doing a lot for Long Beach, the city of Long Beach. And some are going to say, well, if he grew up with them and he claiming their hood and he's a celebrity and he can help them out. Again, not just a handout, but just helping to promote their businesses and this and that. And they're trying to get out of the street and they're trying to start businesses and trying to do the right thing. And we're just asking for a little help, not a handout, but just for you to help promote it. You won't do that? But you say you want us off the street and we shouldn't be gang banging and we shouldn't be selling, you know what, and we shouldn't be doing all of this sort of stuff. So when we're trying not to do that, we're trying to do something correct and something positive, everyone turns their back on us. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. It can go either way, I guess. But it's tough. A lot of celebrities, they go through this. A lot of people with money, period, they go through this. People feeling entitled to your money. And then if you don't give it to them, they say you're acting funny, that you changed, that you got this money, that you ain't nothing, It's like, I'm sure it's a headache for a lot of individuals. Let me know. Stay safe and stay free. People.